Welcome back, Film Force fans, to another Wiltshire Wishes, the show where we share our deepest desires about film and TV.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Wiltshire Wishes, the show where I take a topic in pop culture, movie or TV and tell you what I wish will happen with it. So today I'm going to be talking about a topic related to Deadpool 2 as it's coming out soon. I cannot wait. The first Deadpool was a great movie, great comedy moments, and it was R-rated. I'm going to be talking about what superheroes I'd like to see R-rated. Now, I'm only going to be talking about DC. Now, before you turn off the video, oh, DC sucks. No, it doesn't. I love DC superheroes. I relate to them a lot more. I like the comics a lot more. I love them. I love the MCU movies more than the DC movies, but the DC superheroes I want to see on screen, and a lot of them I think could really work well with R-rated movies. But the studios need to be willing to take, like Fox did with Deadpool and Logan. Both of those were great hits for their budget, and I can't wait to see what Deadpool 2 does. So without further ado, let's begin this Wiltshire Wishes, starting out with the most obvious one. Batman! Why hasn't Batman had an R-rated movie? They could have done it with Dark Knight, but it almost went there, but it was still a 12A. But I'm not just saying they should be R-rated because I want to see blood and gore. It's because the themes of these superheroes. Batman is all about fear, you know, and you've seen some fights. They went quite dark in Batman vs Superman, where he's beating the hell out of people and branding people to Bat brand. Batman in some ways could be the boogie monster, you know. Criminals are scared of him. He's coming out of nowhere, attacking them, throwing them to the police. You know, he is a scary guy. If you encounter a big hulking dude in a bat costume, you're going to be freaking scared, especially at night, especially in a city like Gotham, which is ridden with crime. It's a scary thought, and they could do really well, sort of creating maybe a bit of horror element, a bit of that with Batman. And he's got so many villains to choose from the Joker, obviously, but I'd probably go with someone a bit smaller, like Victor Zsasz. A serial killer. Imagine Batman hunting a serial killer. Now that gets real and that gets dark quite quickly. Now moving on to something more Batman related, because who doesn't love Batman? The Outsiders. We want a team movie. A team DC movie that's going to be better than the Justice League. I was so looking forward to the Justice League, and The Outsiders was a team formed by Batman when the Justice League refused to get involved in a conflict in a fictional country called Markovia. So Batman left and formed his own team who was willing to do what was needed to be done to save people. And this involved interfering in maybe governments and stuff, things like that. But it needed to be done to save people. People who've been in this team over years, Nightwing's led it. We've even had Black Lightning, Geoforce, Katana. We've already seen her from Suicide Squad. She got the short stick there, didn't she? This team would just be a bit different seeing Batman lead a team, but a team that maybe goes a bit further than the Justice League, a bit more in the shadows. They're called the Outsiders, for frick's sake. They're not exactly trying to make themselves known to the public. Other characters been in it, Metamorpho, I think even Green Arrow's been in it. Characters like that, much more ground level characters. These aren't gods like the Justice League. These are much more, you know, superheroes with flaws. Black Lightning, as I said, if you've seen the TV show, he's great, but he has flaws. These are much more, you know, superheroes focused on the little people. Next one is another team, Suicide Squad. Now, we had a Suicide Squad movie, and yeah, what did we think of that? It was a music video. That's what it was. It was a music video. But they could have done so much better. Suicide Squad, again, like the Outsiders, they're not bursting into cities trying to save the world. They are a government team who are sent on missions when all when most likely it's going to go tits up and it's going to look bad, and they can disown them. They can say, they're villains, they were doing their own thing. It wasn't us, we didn't send them in. They've caused havoc, we'll stop them and blow their heads up. It's a team who is sent in to clean up mess of the government normally. And this team have villains on it, freaking hell. Deadshot. I don't know what Katana was in it, she's never been to Suicide Squad. But Deadshot, Killer Frost, Bronze Tiger, King Shark. Who wouldn't want to see King Shark in the movies? We've seen him in small roles in Flash and he looks amazing. Imagine what they could do on a movie budget. Killer Croc. Much better than that weird looking man who, just because he looks like a crocodile, they treat him like a crocodile. Who came up with that idea for Killer Croc? Seriously. And then you've got, you know, obviously Rick Flag leading the team. You've also got characters like Black Spider, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie was great as her, Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney did a quite good job. But they need to be, it needs to be R-rated because these are villains. You need to show they're villains, not just a bunch of circus freaks. And that they will do something. They will try and complete the mission to save themselves, but they'll also have their own agenda. Now that's interesting. That's something they could definitely do with an R-rated film. And I think they need to do it. My next one I'm going to be talking about is Black Hawks. Now, you might have heard about it recently. Steven Spielberg said he's going to be directing Black Hawks. Now, Black Hawks have two iterations. There's the original iteration, which is a group of World War II fighter pilots from mainly European countries, but they're all different. Imagine, that's quite an inspiring thought. Loads of different people from different countries, from different backgrounds, working together. An elite fighting team of fighter pilots. Now, the reason why I think it should be R-rated is it's World War II. It's not exactly rainbows and sunshine in it. Imagine Steven Spielberg directing a scene like Saving Private Ryan, but in a superhero world, but a bit more grounded because it's Black Hawks. You could even have characters like Sergeant Rock in there, and characters like that. Or the more up-to-date Black Hawk version is a military team who's more covert. Again, loads of different country backgrounds, but a lot more covert, going into, you know, going into countries, doing stuff like a covert spy team. But I want to see the World War II pilots. That, I think, would look great on screen, and directed by Steven Spielberg. And finally, I'd go for Blue Beetle. Now, you might be thinking, Blue Beetle as an R-rated film? It's comedy. It's this bug on his back that talks to him. Yes, but you could also create a horror film out of that. A thing attaches to your back and has a mind of its own. That's quite dark. That is very dark. And it tries to kill people without your knowledge. It's like, you know, in the Young Justice, like, oh, I can kill him. And he's like, no, don't kill him. But imagine that. It's a bit of split personality in a way. It's a unique take on a superhero, and I really like it. And I think he could work, if done right, with the right directors and everything. Blue Beetle could work in this dark world. Other characters, just some honourable mentions. Nightwing, but that's just Batman, basically, Batman Light. Sorry, I didn't say that. I love Nightwing. He's completely different from Batman, before people start typing in the comments. Red Hood, again, another Batman character. But so many of these characters deserve a darker film. But not darker because it's DC. Darker because of the source material. So, what do you think? Am I stupid for saying DC characters should go dark because they've already gone dark and the box office is looking bad? Or would you be interested in seeing any of these films? Let me know in the comments below. What superhero characters would you like to see get R-rated films? Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on social media. Links in the description below. And subscribe for more. Until next time, that has been your Wiltshire Wishes. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, do hit that like button or head down to the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos. May the Force be with you.